That light is hitting, baby. Yes. Ooh, y'all gotta look at it, bitch. A bitch is gorgeous. That's why these bitches be mad, girl. That's why they be mad. That's why they be mad, bitch. That's why they be mad. I might just let my hair just stay like this. Shit, fuck that. That's why they be mad, girl. A lioness, bitch. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Jerika. He, she, the queen, honey. If you nasty. Honey, girl, I was just like, girl, I thought I had charged this damn phone up. See, these Androids, this is why I ain't never got no Android phone. Like, definitely shade to y'all Android users. Bitch, this is a TCL, but it's an Android. It's too slow. Like, I got used to, like, definitely used to motherfucking, well, why is it like I got these motherfuckers, I got beads. Like, do I give me some beads like motherfucking the brat girl, the brat tit. Shit. I can get some beads, girl. You know how the bread will fine ass, girl. But yeah, I thought I had charged this phone. Anyway, it don't matter. Shit. But yeah, hey y'all, what's up? I be trying to go live, but nah, if I was trying, I would definitely have on. It's just, girl, I've been having so many things going on and stuff like that, which I would most likely let y'all know soon and stuff like that. Girl, speaking of this damn ringing of this damn phone, girl, it seemed like I'm being spied on, bitch. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting so many spam calls. It's ridiculous. Like, I be getting so many spam calls. Some people basically, that they're being calls because they said things about, Charlie Kirk or, Trump or whatever. And I've heard that some people's accounts been taken down on TikTok because they made videos about Trump or whatever, and their accounts got taken down and stuff like that. I'm like, it's really not that serious. Y'all know what type of president we got. I mean, you had to be impeached and stuff like that. Why are you back and why are you here? So I've been getting a lot of spam calls and stuff like that. But and I've heard some other people have been going through that same shit. So yeah, it's so pretty, girl. I might try to get some little bees. But y'all like, share, subscribe, tap the screen, tap it up. Cause I got over 1,000 videos of singing, entertaining, clowning. Well, not clowning, being funny, girl, because I know I'm funny and stuff. Being sexy, all that good stuff. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. My first passion is music, so definitely go check my song out. And if you are gay or if you just love some good ass R&B, check my stuff out. Neo soul, slick pop, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I just came on here to chat with you guys and stuff like that and tell you what's been going on. Girl, it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. I just got done cleaning a little bit. I still got some more stuff to do. Got done washing dishes, sweeping the floor and stuff like that because I'm in the process of something. Stuff going on. You see, okay. Say, that's fine, boots. But, yes, indeed, girl. So, y'all, I just saw this fine ass FedEx worker employee, and I was like, damn, I need to switch careers because they're getting too fine. This is not the only one. I saw a few other ones that was like, damn, and then it seemed like they be outside. I love to be outside too. Just, not just having to deal with mail or packages for bitch, but being outside, being free, and being able to look around and get to see them, the free dicks roaming, honestly. And they fine. Like, I have not seen one that's ugly at all. I don't know if y'all have been attracted to the one, but I've definitely been attracted to the men, of course, bitch. Y'all know I'm gay. But, yeah. I've been seeing them, and this one particular, I don't really so much go for light skinned guys. It's not no, but because I love dark skin, the darker the better. Y'all already know, bitch. When they get the sweat and perspiring and shit, they start shining, bitch, like a black diamond. So yeah, I love dark skinned men, but that's neither here nor there. He was cute. He looked like he could have been Creole a little bit, but he had that lip fro hawk, bitch, like I used to have. It had a nice ass. I'm about him, but girl, I love looking at ass too. I ain't really too much get to see the prints, but he was fine, and I just like how he hopped into the truck, girl. Like, oh, he can hop on me. So I was like, damn. I need to go ahead and change careers because what the fuck I'm doing what I'm doing for, and I ain't really seeing no niggas like fuck about it. So let me go ahead and find me the application, what I'm probably gonna do right now, so I can put this shit into fruition. Because some fine ass men and FedEx, and then how they be, ooh, not tight fitting, but the fitting clothing, the attire, the motherfucking outfits, bitch, not outfits, bitch. But they work attire, bitch. It's the lady that it fits them so right, like it just hugs them in the right places, and they be so fine. And I don't never see one that's angry. I don't ever see them like they be full of energy. Like y'all must love y'all job. I don't never see no one with their head held down. Like, oh, I hate my job, bro. Like I'm so sick of this shit. Like they be energetic, they be happy. So I was like, okay, well I must be doing something wrong, and they must get paid very well then, because I don't really know, but I'm gonna definitely look it up and stuff like that. I'm talking about FedEx employees, y'all. How good they be looking. They be looking so good. They be looking like they be smelling good too. I love the smell of a man, girl. I don't know, girl. Ooh, but anyway, I wanted to come on live and, like I said, share with you guys and stuff, talk about a few things. Since I'm talking about men, I might as well go ahead and talk about the lack thereof dating scene. Bitch, it's like a cesspool with the dating scene. Do y'all see the type of men we got now? We ain't really. Let me be more specific. Gays, black gays. And I'm not saying that white gays, other races don't go through this, but I want to talk to the black gays, and I know they might not be in here, but if you can relate to the dating scene as a gay person, sit down somewhere and get in these comments. Bitch, it's like a cesspool. Like, they all on one accord, and even with the straight men, all on one accord, they really don't have any substance, and somebody has made that okay. I don't know who they listened to that made it okay to be on one accord with the BS. Like, people have normalized hooking up, made it a whole thing. I know it's a hookup culture and stuff like that, and I know you have needs. It's okay, you have needs. You grown and stuff like that. Hopefully you're grown and watching my content. Normalize hooking up and make it seem like that's the only thing. Like, nobody know how to talk. Nobody knows how to. That people don't really come in honest. And I know that's not just a gay thing. I know that's a universal thing. But it's something that's not going away. And the normal, I feel like things that really should be normalized with having substance, being forthcoming, being honest with yourself first, and be honest about what you're looking for. And that's lacking. That has been lacking. And I don't want the stereotypes to be true for most of us, because it would mean it's accurate. Like, we hypersexual, all we do is have sex as gay people and all, and yada yada yada. And ain't nobody really. It's rare that you find someone that's actually looking for what they're looking for. And even if they're not, they may just slip into it, not slip and fall on it and stuff like that. But hey, maybe. But people being like straightforward about what they want, and that's probably the only time you'll be straight, is being straightforward. The gay dating scene is like a cesspool. You just be like, what the fuck, It's like, ain't nothing. It's sad. It's draining, especially when it comes to these dating apps. Like, I've deleted my dating apps. The last one I had was Jax, and I would say I met I met more decent people on Jax, what more so than Grinder, or I would say Tag. And I don't know what the hell is going on with Tag. After they did some update, it's a mess. Like, I don't know what the location part of it, and then I don't think I want to say the match part is like, it says I've seen everybody, and I'm like, bitch, I didn't see everybody. It's like, you gotta be. I'm being very specific about what it is that I'm looking for, but then it'd be like, I've seen everybody, so I don't know what's going on with that. I just like, okay, I guess it's just one and done, over with. So I just deleted that. Damn. And I deleted Jack. That was the last one I had. But like I said, I met more decent people on Jack than I would say on any other app. You know, honestly, I met my first love on Jack. Yes. That was way a long time ago, girl. That was like a decade, no, over a decade ago on Jax, when I met my first love on Jack, girl. I'm like, it does happen, but like, girl, I mean, so I get to say fucking a decade. But yes, I met my first love on Jax, and we was like a year apart and stuff like that. And when I tell you, like I said, how I love dark skin, he was dark skin, he was my height, girl. We wasn't that far apart, but neither one of us had a car, because, girl, we was young. You know, I was 18, 19, he was like 17 going on 18. So it was like that. And it's like, it was before, like, the dating apps was taken seriously as dating apps 10 plus years ago. Now, you know, I ain't gonna get to that now, because I want to still talk about my first love, the dating and stuff like that. We really actually was intentional. We was intentional about our dating, about getting to know each other. You know, even because I always knew I was relationship oriented. I always wanted to be in a relationship, like, and family oriented as well. But I always knew I wanted to be with somebody. I never wanted to be part of like hookup culture. Not that there's anything wrong with hooking up and having sex and stuff like that. If you love it, you love it. But then I didn't want that to be my story, just settling for hooking up and not having the option of dating and being in a serious relationship, serious committed relationship, monogamous relationship. So yeah, like, I would say, like, back then, Jack was just starting. It was hot. You know, I don't think Grindr was out at the time. If it was, it wasn't as big as Jax. There was Tag and Jax, and if you got on Jax, we already knew what the hell it was. So yeah, me and my first love met on Jax, and we was very intentional, like I said, about us dating. Like, we had talked for 3 months, like text back and forth for 3 months, talking about real shit. You know, talking about, you know, we were serious, girl, and it wasn't dry. It was never no one word, you know, conversation. It would, because if it was like that, because back then I would block your ass quick. You only had one mistake and you was gone. I wasn't explaining nothing. Like, I still don't explain anything, but that's me. Like, if you do one for, because it's like, we grown. And it's not being petty. It's like, I'm not gonna waste my time. I never tried to waste my time. I never ever gave nobody no leeway when it came to that, because I'm like, I'm not giving a wrong person no leeway. You know how to treat me. If you want to treat me well, now I will let you know. You know, I will let you know how it makes me feel. And if you show that you don't give a damn, okay, next, on to the next. That's definitely how I operate. I was way worse back then, because I ain't have no type of time, girl. I don't give a damn. So yeah, we was very intentional. He was openly gay as well. Like I said, he was dark skinned. He was 6 foot as well. I think at that time I was like 6 foot. Like I said, he was like 17 going on 18. I was 18 going on 19. We would talk about what we were gonna do in the future. It was natural. We were really getting to know each other. And when we met, it was so beautiful. Like it really was. It was like it was like cheesy, like some Hallmark type shit. But I liked it because at that time I felt like I was a hood bitch. I was kind of still, I was proper hood, but I was more so aggressive. Because what I had to endure. I had to fight. Was forced to fight a lot. Of course, look at me. I mean, look at my profile pic. You know, look at my channel pic, whatever. So I did had to be in positions where I had to protect more because I had siblings and stuff, and it was a lot going on, and I didn't think I would meet someone. So when I met him, we had met at Walmart. We had decided to meet up at Walmart. He ain't have a car, I ain't have a car, but I did have a job in my own place. I just wanted that known, bitch. Hey, what's up, boo? Y'all make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Like, definitely share so more people can come in. I'm talking about my first love, how we met and dating and stuff like that, girl. That was 10 plus years ago. Bitch, if I had the nerve to get a bitch pregnant, I would have a damn like 11-year-old child right now. Ooh. Nah, Brad. You really think about it, damn time fly. You know, shit. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, back to him, girl. His name was Rashad, you know. So like that real pretty name like that. Like I said, he was dark skinned, 6 foot, 17 going on 18, nice body. He was nerdy, he wore glasses, and that's my type. And very sweet, like I like a real sweet man. I ain't give a damn about no thug. Like he was thug, okay, you real about your shit, okay, but he was giving that, and girl, long dick, all that. Perfection for me, you know. Thank you, boo. Thank you, Melissa. And like I said, we talked. We was very intentional. He knew what I wanted. Like whatever I mean exactly what I say on my profile. And if I don't say anything on my profile, ask. But I'll put it in the description. Ask me whatever. You know, just be honest about what you want. So that's what it was. We, like I said, we talked we text back and forth for 3 months. Was on phone for 3 months. I didn't have a car. He didn't have a car. I mean, we was young, just getting started and stuff like that. But anyway, back to where we met, girl. We decided to meet at Walmart, and in my hometown, there's only one Walmart. It's a small town, girl. So it was like it's only one. So, but it was different ways to get to the Walmart and stuff like that. So when I was texting back and forth, I forgot what type of phone I had, which that's not really important. But like as I was walking, girl, we was texting, and he came with his mom and his sister, his baby sister, and his only sibling, as I remember. But yeah, I was coming up this little hill, and he ended up coming, walking too. But I didn't know. He didn't text me that he was walking, you know, or whatever. He just said that he was with his mother. So as I was walking and stuff, we were texting back and forth. Like I'm telling him I'm coming, I'm on my way, and stuff like that. So I don't think at the time I had glasses, but I think my eyes was a little bit better than it is now because I do have a laser eye. It's hereditary. But as I was coming up the hill, and I started going down, they made a little circular point. Yeah, you know, make a little circular point, girl. A little right circular point, turn. I saw a dark figure walking up. You know, it was during the day. But I saw this dark figure, girl, coming my way, like was walking up here, but I didn't think it was him. I really didn't. You know, we was just texting and stuff like that. I don't really remember we were most likely texting about like him being in the car or whatever. I don't think he told me that he was coming up the hill. Because he was asked, I do slightly remember him asked about like what way. Like I said, there was multiple ways that you could go to Walmart. That Walmart, you know, that only Walmart that was there, which is pathetic. But anyway, I saw this dark figure. And he was walking up, and I'm like, this ain't him. This ain't him, bro. Instead, I started seeing the glasses a little bit because we were very descriptive, like very detailed about how we looked. And I'm like, that ain't him. And then when I started noticing it was him, I was like, oh my god, and he started. I laugh because it's a real sweet moment that I carry with me. And I still love him. Yes, I still love him. Um, he started running to me, and I started running to him on some color purple shit. On some color purple shit, I should, I was like, girl, damn, like I was like, this, I'm not gonna do this. But I loved him. Like I was definitely following and stuff like that. And I ran to him too. And we embraced. We definitely embraced and embraced for a while. And I ain't never done that before. I didn't think I would. Especially how life was going. I didn't think I was gonna meet somebody like that, meet somebody that brought that out of me and stuff like that. But I did. And I just knew even if it didn't work, I was going to carry that moment with me because if only y'all knew the things that was going on during that time, I didn't really think that would happen. But yes, he was my first love, girl. And like I said, when we embraced and held each other for a while, I didn't care who saw. Like I was openly gay, but I wasn't as like I want to say comfortable in my own skin with it. With being open, I didn't really give a damn about what people said because people said a lot, like a lot. Ooh, who was that? And that's an understatement. Um, because it's me. Like I'm a type of person that people love to hate. So I didn't think that I would meet someone that would love me more than I experienced hate. I experienced a lot of that. People getting in groups, all this type of stuff to come up to me or be in my face about some shit. Or well, not in my face, bitch, but definitely group up and be in a pack because I'm that powerful. Just doing bullshit, just trying to be wicked. But they didn't take me down and never will. So, yeah, I didn't think that I would meet someone that would bring that side out of me because I knew I wanted someone like that, still do. But yeah, to make the long story short, we didn't work because I didn't do distant relationships. He wanted to go to school, and I was happy for him. I wanted him to go. Of course, get your education, boo. But then at that time, I didn't have a car. I didn't think like how I thought now. I didn't think that things would work out the way it worked out. Didn't really think I would get a car one day or anything like that. So I was like, okay, this long distance ain't gonna work. So I shut down and stuff like that, and that really hurt him and stuff. And I apologized numerous times and stuff like that, but I was like, I can't make him forgive me or anything like that. But that it happened, and we would talk every now and then, but that still hurt him and stuff. But I was like, I mean, I can't make you forgive me. I can't force you to forgive or anything like that. And I'm like, girl, you act like I cheated on you. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I did cuss him out. It's like, you act like I had ruined your life. Like the love was real. The love was real. I was real. You already know me. Already knew and stuff like that. And you already knew what it was. So it's like, don't be sitting here acting like I cheated or I done, tried to take your life or whatever like that. We ain't gonna do that. Like, but he was a little bit more, well, way more sensitive than me. But then to come to find out, he has always been she. She's a trans woman, and I was definitely happy to see that she embraced and became who she was in her journey, and I respected her, and I always will love her, and stuff like that because she was my first love and stuff like that. But the thing is with me, I'm gay and I want another gay man and stuff like that. So she's my sister. So I didn't want to, I was just respecting who she was. I didn't know at the time, and probably she knew but didn't want to tell me, for maybe she didn't know how I would probably feel, maybe. Even though that's important to let your person know, because, like I said, I'm gay. I want a man, a biological man, and that's just my preference. But I love my sister. I love, all my trans sisters, honey, and my trans brothers. I see y'all as sisters and brothers. So, but I still carried that moment. I still carried that moment. I didn't feel like I was tricked or nothing like that. The love was real. It was just, if it was meant to be, I feel like it still would have been. But I feel like that was for me. That moment was for me what I needed, because I wasn't getting a lot of love. In my, I'm gonna say immediate family, I wasn't getting a lot of love. Girl, I would say the enemies I dealt with at school, I would have rather dealt with them. That was just that I'd rather have dealt with them than being at a house that was never a home. So me having that moment, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I would always carry, I believe I told her that I would always carry that with me, because, but I do know I deserve more. I deserve that again. I deserve love and stuff like that. And I'm going to continue to be me. And of course, I've evolved and have grown and stuff like that, as I should. But I would definitely carry that moment with me. Still be intentional about the way I date, even with all this bullshit that's going on with social media and all that type of stuff. I'm still going to be real and thrive through that chaos. So yeah, even though the dating pool in the gay community is a cesspool, definitely find somebody, meet somebody that's gonna latch on to the little hook, a little pull a bitch got, and actually really be, intentional, and continue to be intentional about the way I date. But I'm not looking really, and stuff like that, because I do enjoy being single. But I know at the end of the day, I want to have a relationship, be in a relationship, monogamously, be committed, and get married and all that good stuff that I didn't really think about then. I didn't really think about marriage and stuff like that. I mean, my internal homophobia wasn't that deep, I want to say, but I didn't really never think about it. I just knew I wanted a relationship. I knew I wanted to be with someone for real, and have love in my life. Definitely the opposite of what I grew up off of. And I was like, okay, this not the only part of my love story. It better not be, cause I'm a dope ass bitch. So yeah, like I said, I still smile. I'm not angry with her or nothing like that. It's just she did piss me off. I'm like, well, are you still crying about this? Nah, I didn't. Why are you still crying? Because the things you told me about your ex or whatever, it's like that, or whatever that since we wasn't together, that was happening going on. Like, come on now, I ain't did nothing like that. A bitch was just like, long distance. This shit don't work. I like to be close, not clingy, but whatever. Like, I like to be able to, my person to be tangible. Like, I ain't had no guy, bitch. Like I said, I didn't think I would ever get one. Even though I was saving real good for one. But bitch, things was not working out the way I would have wanted to work out. So not that I was controlling or anything like that. It's just I definitely had a plan. and I wanted structure because I didn't really have much structure going on, growing up, and I wanted to have some type of, plan and it go into fruition and not try to give up just because things wouldn't really go my way and it's not really like I said I would have no control with have no problem with controlling me control of things because I know life happens, but my thing is I wanted to have a plan. I didn't want to I was moving a lot growing up and wanted to be somewhere where I'm planted, whereas I'm seated for a while, like still, and be able to keep relationships going. You know, it was a lot of that. Like a lot, I felt like growing up was set up for destruction. Being set up for destruction. When it came to my parents, just it was a lot of that, and I was like, this is very toxic, and I ain't want. One day I'm gonna sit and talk about a few things with y'all about my growing up and stuff like that. That definitely I didn't think that I would ever meet someone like her, him at the time, but all before because I didn't know about her transition at the time. Maybe she was afraid to tell me or whatever, but I honestly didn't feel like I gave that impression. I always wanted people to be who they were. So yeah, but now it's not like that. Not really. It's really rare to meet people that actually want what you want and they be straightforward about it. If y'all ever seen Girlfriends, when Joan met, what was her last, he ended up being her fiance. They didn't get married on the show. I'm trying to remember her name. It wasn't Derek. Remember his name? That John ended up getting engaged to. I would ask someone if they was in the comments. Well, I can look at my phone. Shit, like, cause it's on the tip of my tongue. Let me see. Who was John's last fiance on Girlfriends? I ain't say John, bitch. I said Joan girl. Hey, my baby, why you looking so down? Seems like you need loving. Okay, it was Aaron. Aaron, his name was Aaron, and I love that name too. Yeah, Joan's last fiance on Girlfriends was Aaron Waters. I didn't know his last name, bitch. But yeah, how they had met, like during the storm, but after the storm, I think that was the episode too. When Joan, like the last season, well, the 7th season, I would say, I think, or maybe that was the 6th season. One of them, when she didn't show up for Tony's like court date and stuff like that. And they went through their whole thing of her being the it girl and stuff like that, which I really, really was on Joan's side, honestly, because I would make sure everybody else was okay. She needed a moment, for it to just be about her. And I wouldn't take that back. Like, girl, okay, I ain't show up this, but I showed up for you anyway. But at the end of the day, I ain't excused, but at the end of the day, I was still Team John on that. Like, girl, bitch, bye. Anyway, so they ended up meeting up after the storm. I think, like I said, that was the episode. And after the storm, like Katrina, Hurricane Katrina, bitch, I definitely can relate to that because, bitch, woke up that morning. We was living on the coast. And that I was most happiest on the coast, Gulfport, bitch, and Gulfport, Mississippi. And we were hearing on the news, hearing that this big ass storm was supposed to come, if I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to be a category 5, bitch. And I didn't know what that meant. You know, I think I was like 9, 10, like, okay, you know, I didn't know what that meant, you know, but when we left, it was so packed on the road. It was people leaving, like leaving. And I remember them playing Aaliyah, I Care For You on the radio. And I was like, no, you know, we leaving Gulfport. Like I was happy. Like I had, you know, had to get some bitches, but you know, I was happiest in Gulfport. And I remember when they said Hurricane Katrina was happening, I was like, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know it was gonna be destructive or anything like that. I just didn't know. I was like, hurricane, which I ain't never experienced no hurricane, bitch. So, you know, like I said, all I remember was Aaliyah, I Care For You playing. And, you know, y'all, you know, if y'all don't know, Aaliyah is my babe, will forever be my babe, bitch. The one, honey. Aaliyah, girl. So, all I remember is that playing, and the road was packed. I think, what road was it? Highway 49. And it was packed. It took, I don't know how long it took. I just know it was a long time, but bitch, we made it to my auntie house, and that next morning it was loose. Like the bitch was loose, and I'm like, nobody explains to us what that meant. You know, the hurricane, because bitch, we had storms, but it wasn't like no hurricane. Like, you know, like it was supposed to be a hurricane, like her category 5, but it was, I forgot what category. Let me see what category it was. Y'all remember? Well, what category was Hurricane Katrina?
Hurricane Katrina was a Category 5 storm in the Gulf of Mexico, but it weakened to a Category 3 when it made landfall in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That shit was bitch. Like we were about to, I remember we was at my auntie house, girl, and then we was sitting in, you know, that morning I ended up waking up sitting in the living room watching something, I believe watching, you know, Medea. Definitely big on those Tyler Perry. And bitch, my cousins was going in the living room, in the kitchen to get some breakfast. So bitch, by the time, like, I don't know what time, but bitch, all I heard was a doom in the kitchen. And bitch, my body jumped up and down on the ground. Like that's how hard the whatever fell on top of. At that time I didn't know it was a tree that fell in the kitchen, and my body, it jumped up and I hit the ground, like jumped up like a split second, and my chest hurt. I was like, oh shit, and then I'm like, we were all like, what the fuck is that? Because my mom was sitting on the couch and her person, and then we ended up going into the kitchen. And my cousin dodged the stick, like the branch, by centimeters. Like if he didn't have quick reflexes like we do, he would have been gone. It would have went through his chest. And you know, we started hearing the wind and all that type of shit, the whistling and all that going on, girl. So we end up packing up. Like it ain't that. I don't think they didn't take it seriously, but then you know, it was like it didn't get bad until the morning. So when we went opened when we packed our shit, you know, we looked outside, bitch. It was chaos. It was chaos. I ain't never seen no wind that damn strong, bitch. But at the same time, I wasn't scared. I was kind of, you know, like, ooh, you know, like this is a movie, bitch. Like it took a lot to scare us, my cousins and my siblings and stuff. So, you know, I remember carrying my sis because she was, I called her boo boo at the time, and my brother, my cousin, his siblings, you know, and stuff like that, our moms and stuff like that, because our moms are identical twins. So, bitch, we end up getting in the car, girl, end up going to church and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. It was a mess. It was a mess, and for years it took. It took. I mean, I wasn't in Louisiana or nothing like that, but down here, you could still, like, for years, even after 5 years, see trees pulled up from, out of from the roots, out of the ground, just laying there. I remember, it was crazy for years. So it was devastating. It was devastating when Hurricane Katrina happened. And girl, I remember us cooking noodles on, we had to put sticks together to make a fire and stuff like that. Had to luckily find some type of pot and boil water and stuff like that. Remember people fighting over ice and stuff like that. Like, I didn't really experience stuff like y'all say, like it was documentary. I think it was on Netflix, like 2-part documentary talking about the racism during Hurricane Katrina, and I definitely want to see that. I believe somebody said it was on Netflix or Hulu or both of them, that the racism really reared its ugly head during Hurricane Katrina. And I was young at the time, so I didn't, I was like 9 or 10. So, girl, like it was crazy. Let me see. Make sure again, because like I don't want to. Yes, it was definitely August 28, 2005, girl. Like I said, 9, 10, all this. So yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. Like I remember Princess. If anybody that subscribes to me this in Mississippi, y'all know about Princess. It's a real small ass town, bitch. I remember going. I think it was Piggly Wiggly or Rangy's, and seeing these people arguing about ice, like getting into brawls about ice and gas and all this type of stuff. Like, people would really get into heated arguments, and even it would come to blows about ice and stuff like that. And as a kid, you ain't really think about too much, like how serious it was. Like, I was just like, oh, they fighting and stuff, because we love to see. I definitely love to see people get into it. But okay, I was 11. Okay, 9, 10 years old, 11. Bitch, I'll get the picture, bitch. But yeah, it was a mess. And but no, I wasn't. Because my birthday is in December. I'm a Sagittarius, bitch. But anyway, it was a mess. And like I said, we didn't know how serious it was. Didn't really know. And it was just, I'm definitely gonna have to see that. I want to suggest to y'all to go see it too, to see the docu-series or the documentary of the racism during Katrina, because I saw like bits and pieces like on YouTube about how police was treating black people, wouldn't really help them. Like, it was a father of twin toddlers was trying to get something to eat. They wouldn't help. It was only about the white victims and stuff like that. And they wasn't really trying to help them. At that time, George Bush was the president, and he wasn't really doing shit. Like, they were so ready for him to get out. I do remember, especially on Girlfriends, talking about, we praying George Bush, pretty much not verbatim, but get the fuck out of the seat, get out of the fucking White House, because he wasn't doing shit for nobody. And when he left, wasn't nobody there, and wasn't nobody like, we're gonna miss you. But I didn't really so much know about that stuff. Like I said, I was like, 11. I ain't really give a damn about that shit. But yeah, it was a mess. So yeah, I don't know how I got on talking about Hurricane Katrina, but it is what it is. But back to the dating scene. Um, it can happen for people. It can happen. You meet someone that you want to meet. Like they say, it's someone for everyone. For me, I would definitely love for the person to be brutally honest. Like, I wish when, okay, I'll get back to it. When John met Aaron, he was definitely honest about what he wanted. Even though they met after the storm of Hurricane Katrina on the episode, he was already had his eye on her, and he, I guess, mustered up the courage to speak to her, and already wanted to be with her. And when they went on their first date, he laid it out on the table about what he wanted. He would say he was a man of a certain age. He's looking for this. He was very intentional about dating Joan from Girlfriends. I know y'all most like a seen Girlfriends, and her meeting Aaron, and he was honest. That's how I definitely show up, and I definitely want another person to show up. I'm not with the, of course I want a person that looks good and we look good and it makes sense. I want to be physically attracted to that person, but I definitely, want them to be intelligent. I want them to be definitely be straightforward about what they want. You saw me, especially if you came up to me and you asked me out on a date, or if I asked you on a date or whatever. I'm a girl. Of course, I'm a man too. I'll approach a man too, but I'm not really the chaser. I'm not. But I may throw subtle hints and stuff like that. But if I want you, I'll definitely let you know. But if you're checking for me, why wouldn't you want to come up and approach me? Why not? But yeah, I would like for the guy to be like that, be intentional. I'd be like hitting the table and let me know, hey, this is what I want. Because you saw me first, especially if you came up to me and started speaking, you sought me out. So just putting that out in the universe, I definitely, have let it be known, girl, like, come up to me, let me know what's going on. Be intentional about what you want. So, yeah. Ain't a lot of people out there that's like that, especially when it comes to social media. Now, if you are looking for a relationship and that type of thing, it's okay if you want to hook up. That doesn't mean you don't want what you want. It's just be honest that I'm still looking for what I look for, but I have needs. I'm grown. I want to be towed down. That's fine. But I'm like, it's so many people that just want to have another notch on their belt when it comes to that. It's like, but they lying to get it, like, or creating this sob story just to get it and act like that's game. That's really not. Or that's more so playing games, but you haven't, like, you got it like that. You don't. If you have to lie to kick it, if you have to lie to get sex, you don't have it like that, sir. You could just be honest and be like, I want sex. Or I want to just hook up. Yeah, it's just that simple. And people enjoy that. That's normalized. People enjoy lying like that. Enjoy being like it's cool or whatever. And then you want to get to your age when you fit in your 50s and 60s, broke down, needing a caregiver. Now you want to be. It's sad, but for straight and gay men, it takes them for them to be in a deathbed to start treating a person right. It takes that for them to be on their deathbed in the oxygen chain. I remember me texting a guy, and he was pretty much broke down like that, staying with his sister on the energy tank, damn near could barely breathe, bitch. And now you want a relationship. And I had to think about that, like, oh, you must have been playing games your whole entire life with people. Now you at the point where you actually need help and a caregiver, and you was probably dogging bitches out or whatever. Now you want to take people serious. Now you want to You know, because it be men just like that. They've been playing their whole life, playing with people's hearts. Now you at this point. Now them people that you play with probably married, have kids, have the full life that they wanted, and here your ass could barely breathe. You have to be on the oxygen tank just to sleep at night. That could be your karma, and I don't want to have nothing to do with that at all. Like I totally believe in karma. You get what you put out there. It may sneak up on you at your time where you're supposed to be retiring. It's gonna come back on you. It's gonna happen. The evil people, I honestly feel, live longer. And due to the religion, see, that's how they get y'all tricked up. Due to y'all religion, that Bible or whatever, killing yourself. Y'all know how that go. So that keeps you mentally caged. So you're not gonna do it. So you have no choice but to go through your karma. And I don't believe in having no savior complex to be trying to save you from it. Because you deserve it. You've been playing your whole life, and you never know how it's gonna show up. The people that you was bullying, the people that you was seeking being wicked towards, those people are the ones that are going to triumph in the end. They're gonna have the full life. They're gonna have this because they treated people right the first time, or at least led with love and light. Didn't have no intentions of breaking people down like these motherfuckers talking about, doing everything, anything and everything for fame. It's going to catch back up with you. It's not that being famous is bad or having money is bad or bragging about yourself is bad because you work for it. No, it's just how you do people, doing living creatures, living things, shit will come back on you. No matter what your religion is, no matter what that. It matters, but it doesn't matter, and it comes back. Whatever you want to call it, karma, universe, whatever you want to call it, it comes, God, whatever you want to call it, it's going to come back on you. Energy transfers and it comes back. It goes yin, it happens, bitch. So y'all need to be careful how y'all treat people. Be careful. Be careful. Because I have definitely seen it for myself. Definitely seen the people that have got in groups and stuff to try to come and take me down because they felt a way about me, insecure, or when they got around me, like as if I was a problem when there was their insecurity, got around trying to bully me when I, stayed to myself. Because I was a sweet child. I was forced to fight back, forced to let a bitch know, bitch, I'm not the one or the two. But I wouldn't eliminate you. So I had to. And even against my will, especially when it came to my family or my siblings, bitch, I would go to war. I will off you for fucking with my family. Fucking with mine, bitch, I have to eliminate your ass. So yeah, I had to do that type of stuff. And I stayed to myself and until I was forced out of character, which was definitely in my character, which I love to go to war if I have to. But I did that to protect. I'm a protector. So those people that done those things of that wicked things, like I did one live talking about I knew abuse before I knew what the love was. The word love was. It's true. Because I was bullied to no end by my babysitters. My babysitter, she was an elderly woman at that time. The bitch been old since the beginning of time, and she let her grandnieces or whatever, her sons and stuff, they was far older than us. They was in their, teens and stuff like that, put their hands on us and that type of stuff. And it was sad, and I'm like, I started wondering. So my auntie told me, because saying that there was, because we was their children, and they would do that. People would do that. That's why y'all talk about protect the kids, protect the children. Bitch, protect the children against bitches like y'all, because y'all be having something against the parent and y'all be taking it out on the children because you're a weak ass bitch. That's when it comes. That's when you need to protect the kids, not from a person that is a different sexual orientation than you. And pedophilia is not a sexual orientation. Okay, so just because they did that, because that's where you need to protect the kids from, and watch who is watching. Watch who is watching your kids. Do your background check. Stay 10 toes down behind your kids when it comes to shit like that. Make sure these bitches don't have no ill will towards you and try to take it out on your kids. So yeah, that's definitely what I experienced, and I had, I was forced to. Like, I was a sweet child. I didn't, and I ain't saying I ain't doing anything, because me and my cousins and siblings and stuff like that, we would go, we would do all that thing, be rebellious and all that type of stuff. That's what kids do and stuff, but I didn't really, like, have a sense of, like, oh, I want to do harm or really just fight people or nothing like that. Like, I was trying to get in and trying to figure out throughout time why I keep experiencing abuse, why people keep trying to bully, why people trying to do this and that. Had to realize I've always been this. I've always been who I am. I've always had this light confidence, but throughout the years, people tried to tear it down. People tried to take my light. People tried to break me down. People tried to and they couldn't. They couldn't. They still tried, but I still thrive, still get through, because sometimes, I'm gonna say most of the time, the stuff you go through prepare you for when you need it. That type of struggle. You know how to finagle your way through. So yeah, I didn't think it had to be that bad or nothing like that, but regardless, still, people shouldn't have to go through that, especially with people that understand and have been through abuse like I have. Didn't really have to go through that, and it's just unfortunate, but that comes back on those people, and people that experience abuse don't feel like you need to get an apology from them. I say that from experience, because I thought that I would. I thought they would, but they were taught by her, their babysitter, their kin, that was normal, that was okay, that was cool. And it may not be me, but it may be something. They have kids now, so they're gonna have to deal with that going on. And now these kids don't fight, they shoot. They shoot now. So I'm not putting it on, and even if I am, I don't give a damn, because you get what you put out. That's why I'm happy I'm not no Christian or no nothing, because I'm not held by mentally caged like they are. No, you get what you put out. So they may, y'all ever heard of paying for the sins of your father? Yeah. So you're gonna have to deal. They're gonna have to deal with their kids and watch their babysitter. And they may not know, because people can doctor up shit. Not like they couldn't. I don't think back then. Not like now. Motherfucker fake a whole background check, bitch. That's how good AI is now. So y'all gonna the same people, the babysitters and stuff that was bullying me and mine, or whatever when we was growing up, they're gonna have to deal with their children, most likely experiencing the same thing. Karma is the bitch, and I always get the last laugh. You better ask somebody. But yeah, that happened, and it is what it is.